who was playing at ECU during the 7-on-7. Garrett Latham threw me a go, and I was wide open, and I couldn't even catch up to the ball, and I was tired, and then I saw that my face started to swell up, and that's when I realized that something was wrong with me.
I was totally lost for words. All I could think about was, first, a death sentence for my child. Second, all I could think about is, why my child? I cannot even describe just hearing the word cancer, leukemia. To be able to comprehend that was more than any mother or any person could comprehend. I just couldn't believe. I just had to drop to my knees and pray and ask God to help me with this understanding with what really was going on with Rashawn.
I've been knowing Ray personally since 10 years old. I remember when it happened, we were at the Beast of the East at ECU 7-on-7 tournament. Ray, he didn't look like himself. And I was just talking to him under the tree, and he was like, yeah, man, I'm not feeling good. We were just talking about life and stuff, and you never really think about how it could affect your best friend. I couldn't really believe it.
June 14th, when Coach Ray, Kendall Ray, who was also very heavily involved with Rashawn in AAU basketball, called me and let me know that Ray was sick, he was at the hospital, and that they thought it was leukemia.
It was a football camp at East Carolina, and actually my son came home and said, Mom, I think Ray's sick. And I just instantly went in mommy mode. I'm like, what do you mean he's sick? And he says, Coach B told his mom he's got to get seen soon, and they think it's something serious.
I've known Ray since the 2nd grade. He was basically a great athlete, person that you look forward to score the last bucket or make that great play. When I found out that he had leukemia, it was like it really didn't hit you. Not Rashawn King, not the all-star athlete, not the person that you look to go to for help or ask questions, nothing like that.
I was real sad. I mean, I can't see how a good person like him could get that punishment or deserve anything like that. I just felt real bad for him. It takes a real strong person to get through something that serious.
The first thing that came to my mind was like, wow, I got cancer. First thing that I knew about cancer was that it kills people. My grandma, she had cancer, she had breast cancer. And then my uncle, he had pancreatic cancer. They both died from it. When my doctor told me that I had cancer, I just dropped to my knees and I cried hard. I felt very horrible and I felt sad, and it hurt me to my heart.
And when I got to the hospital, she and I got to talk for a minute, and she was just saying how we didn't realize how sick he was. I mean, he was literally days away from passing away. They hadn't gotten to the hospital when they did. It was a scary time for us. I had no idea which way this thing was going to go.
He was at UNC Chapel Hill. It wasn't early while he first got diagnosed and stuff. It was been a couple weeks. He was doing good. He was laying in the hospital bed. It just, it's very, you just can't believe it. It's just, how could this happen to him?
Pretty much, once we found out that he had leukemia, they got him, out of intensive care into a room at the Children's Hospital. He was able to start seeing visitors. And I just asked the mom, what can we do to help? We knew she had a long road ahead of her because she was going to have to be at the hospital instead of working. So we actually had a fundraiser already started at the Applebee's in Fuquay. We, immediately turned into a fundraiser for Ray.
Just when the concept came up, pray for Ray, the school was going to try to help, see what they can do with help with Ray medical bills. Just to know that they was in prayer for him and continuing to pray just brought tears to my eyes.
I was shocked. I didn't expect for everybody's reaction to be such a positive reaction towards what I was going through. I looked at myself like, hey, I'm just a normal kid, and other people go through it too, so I just felt very special, and I felt like I touched a lot of people's hearts.
To help the family out, we did a fundraiser. We usually do a fundraiser to raise money for the football team and get new equipment, new jerseys. But we thought, why do that? One of our brothers, our family members, went down, so let's fundraise for him.
We had a Pray for Ray night when we gave him the money that we raised from the Pray for Ray t-shirts, sweatsuits, sweatpants. We gave it to him. That night was real special. We raised like $3,000 to go towards his hospital bills and everything like that.
Everybody wanted to help, and we got so much support from people outside of Middle Creek that it became sort of a movement, and it was really heartwarming to be a part of something that was bigger than yourself.
Everybody, parents, everybody was putting in a lot of good input towards raising money for him and stuff like that?
My mom, she told me to just look at the positive things about it and stay strong. My mindset was just, I'm gonna beat this, and I wanted to come back to play football. And when my doctors told me I couldn't play football, that's what motivated me to push myself even harder.
Ray, not only is he an influential person in just sports, basketball and football, but it's just his character as a person that really sets him apart.
Ray, he's basically an inspiration to everybody. Everyone that knows Ray is uplifted by his story.
He's just a role model. He's a leader, and his character, I mean, with any sickness, you're going to see a different side of a person. And you saw his lowest day, you saw his highest day, and if you were around to see him on his lowest day, to see him now, it's just remarkable. He's a kid told the doctor, I am going to play. I'm not hearing anything that you're saying. And then the doctor said, well, maybe you'll be able to go back to basketball. He says, no, I'm going back to football too.
Ray was determined. Ray's not the average kid. God bless me with an extraordinary child. Ray was determined that he's going to beat leukemia, and he daily says this to me, I'm going to beat this. The doctors told him he wouldn't be able to play sports anymore. That tore him apart. Then the head oncologist at UNC came to Ray and told him, what is it that we can do to help you morally, you got to fight this, and you got to be mentally ready to fight this, Rashawn. So what is it that we can do? Ray asked for his life back. And when he asked the doctor for his life back, it was overwhelming. He just told the doctor, I want my life back. Whatever you can do to get me back to my normal life. I want sports back. I want school back. I want my friends back. And I'll do whatever it takes. Ray's not a child that complained. Every day, laying in that hospital, he did what it took. He took the chemo. He did bone marrows and spinal sometimes, and some days with no kind of anesthesia. I mean, he did whatever it took to get back. Finally, the doctor told him that we're going to try to do what we can to give you your life back. Rashawn, I will get you back to sports.
Ray's just doing everything the doctor says. He goes back once a month to get treatment. He's basically a new person every single day because he knows how exactly life is and how most people take for granted. Ray lives every day to the fullest. From the Ray I knew then and the Ray I knew now, he's more outgoing, more outspoken. Doesn't really take too many things seriously because the most serious thing in his life is his life, basically.
He's doing good. It's back to old Ray, so everything is pretty good. He's back acting crazy and doing stuff Ray used to do. Before the illness is that he was a genuinely good guy. He was a guy that his friends loved being around. He was a player that the coaches liked having on the team. He was a team player. After the illness, he still wanted to support the team and still wanted to be around the team. And then after his remission and going through his recovery, it's made him appreciate being in the student body and in the sports arena that much more. You're talking about guys that go all out. Rashawn goes all out all the time. He's not a complainer. He's a guy who puts team first. It's really a joy to be around a person like Rashawn.
It's just really nice to see him back on the field. I just can't really explain it. He's been playing with him forever, but he's the same Ray inside. He's got the heart of a lion. He never quits. He never gives up.
That kid, he is so tough. He's telling the doctors, I don't know what you're saying to me, but I'm still playing. And he's out there today, so it's just amazing. But the team, I mean, everybody, you look at Ray even now and it's like, wow. I mean, there's nothing you can't do because look what he's fighting, what he's overcome, and it's just amazing.
I feel like a hero. I feel like a coach, and I feel like a leader, being out there and leading my team to a victory, and just being on the field and seeing and making other people happy. To know that I'm out there, it makes me feel good. I just look at life as more serious than I used to at first, and I just try to enjoy every moment, every day. I pray to God that He allow me to wake up every morning and see another beautiful day.